Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys an Archangel Raphael healing reading today. And so to tap into the energies of Archangel Raphael, I will be using my newest piece from a company called Wing and Bell. This is my Healing Heart Orgonite. Okay, so there's all kinds of beautiful things that are in this Orgonite, this energy device, and I'll go ahead and let you guys know what's in there. You guys can purchase this particular Orgonite. There are many different sizes that look exactly like it. So I'll put their information in the description box below so it'll take you straight to their Etsy shop. So what we have in this particular Orgonite here, we have clear quartz. And so clear quartz, of course, works in clearing or purifying any kind of energy. We also have green jasper, which helps in clearing obsessive thoughts and addictions, which can sometimes really hold us back in life. We also have crown of thorns from Israel. Do you see those thorns in there? This, of course, represents the wisdom gained from any kind of hardships that we may have gone through. We also have sand copper, which transmutes stagnant energy, so breaks up any kind of stagnation. And we also have some aluminum for protection, as well as graphite mica to expand your mind. Look at all of those beautiful layers in there. I just especially love the thorns. I mean, it's just so unique. Anyway, so I love to have this pretty much just in my space all the time, just really helping me to clear any kind of energy that is just no longer serving me or just anything that I need to clear or heal. Now, this does not mean that you guys need this type of a device to work with Archangel Raphael, but for me, just how I am, I really do like to have a focal point, and this particular device is perfect for me. So I wanted to have it here in the reading today. So as usual, I will go ahead and list all the cards that I'm using in the description box below, and we're just going to go ahead and get started, okay? So we're going to start off here using some Raphael healing cards just to kind of get some topics to kick it off and just kind of see where Archangel Raphael wants to take us today. Anything could come through. This could have to do with our emotions, our physical bodies, even though I'm not giving physical health advice here today in this reading. But whatever needs to come through is just going to come through. And if it doesn't resonate with you, no problem. So let's just get into it. So I'm just going to basically put these right here, and we'll go ahead and draw from this pile. So what is the first thing that Archangel Raphael wants to bring up in this reading as far as things that we may need to work on or heal? We have expect a miracle, okay? So this is the thing. It may be that there is something in your life, and really this can pertain to anything. You are just looking for a miracle. It's going to be a miracle, from God, that there's going to be some sort of healing when it comes to anything. It could be a physical healing. This could be a healing of your emotions, healing of an addiction, an obsessive thought, a miracle that something can be healed, maybe a partnership, something like that. So there's something significant about needing a miracle. So why don't we go ahead and get some further clarification on what this may have to do with. So we're going to tap right now into this deck here, which is called the Angel Tarot Cards by Radley Valentine, and just see what we have as far as this. Oops. Well, this card wanted to fly out immediately. We have the Empress, okay? So the Empress is feminine energy. Now, this could be that you are a feminine, or that this miracle you're wanting around a feminine energy. It's either an energy for yourself if you're a female, or I shouldn't say female, feminine energy, or this is about another feminine in your life, okay? The Empress is also a card of birthing. It's a card of fertility. So this is also about fertility issues, you guys, for some of you. This is about giving birth to something. This is about possibly getting pregnant for some of you out there. So this is possibly we're expecting a miracle, or we should expect a miracle, or there's some sort of miraculous healing that is taking place. So let's just continue before I get too involved in the meanings here. This right here is called the Psychic Heart Tarot and Oracle Healing Cards. And let's just see what this may have to do with. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe this. This is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is the dream come true card. So it doesn't have to be about a baby. It really doesn't. It doesn't have to be about fertility. It could be the fertility of a project. It could be the abundance of something in your life. This could be your physical healing. This could just be that you start feeling better about yourself as a feminine. I mean, there is all kinds of things that are coming through these particular cards. So why don't we go ahead and get some advice from Spirit on when it comes to expecting this miracle or miraculous healing with a dream come true taking place for a feminine, or about feminine issues or feminine healing or feminine image per se too. So that could be it. So let's go ahead and get into the Cheryl Richardson's, what is this deck called? I think it's called Self-Care Cards. Yeah, Self-Care Cards. What's some advice? Oh my gosh, you guys, self-love. There is something about loving yourself, caring for yourself. Kind of like the healing starts with you first. Sorry, I had a little tickle. The healing starts with you first. Now, I do see the Nine of Cups as a card of kind of like our own satisfaction with our own selves and our own lives is really going to set the tone for everything else. If we love ourselves, other people will love us properly. If we take care of ourselves, other people will want to give to us in the same way. We're going to mirror these experiences about how we feel about ourselves. It's going to be mirrored back to us. And so this is about really, really expecting what you give to yourself. So if you're taking time for you and you're giving to yourself and you're loving yourself, especially for some reason, this has something to do with self-care of your body. The Empress is about your physical body or feminine needs, your feminine energies. This is about expecting something really, really wonderful to happen in your life. Something is on the horizon. A dream is about ready to come true. This is about feeling so good about your own self that it seems that miracles are occurring all around you. It's almost like you're in your power. You're in your own energy that's really, really high in vibration, and literally miracles are occurring all around you because you're like on fire. It's like you have this magical touch right now. What a beautiful, beautiful reading so far. So let's go ahead and get into the Power of Surrender cards and see if there's anything that we need to surrender, perhaps, in order for this miracle or miraculous healing to occur. We have surrender to passion. So let's read it. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Look at that. This is about getting into the flow of the things that you enjoy and the things that you love. Because the Nine of Cups is definitely a card of, self-enjoyment. It's about feeling good. It's about, feeling really, really just awesome on your own. And so if you're in that energy of feeling really good and you're in alignment with your own passions and your own power and your own energy, and it's all about taking care of yourself in a healthy way, you're going to attract situations and people into your life that are of that same vibration. This is like a healthier vibration is what I'm getting. The more that you love yourself, the more self-care that you put into yourself, this is going to be mirrored back to you as if like it's going to feel like a miracle. Something is going to lift. You're going to start feeling better if you don't feel good right now. So has something to do perhaps with, for some of you, about a pregnancy. There's some sort of a wish fulfillment that is going to happen. You're going to either get that news that you're pregnant, or this is just about your feminine energy and stepping into your passion and doing what you really, really love and really enjoying your life. And when you do that, miracles are going to start to occur. That's amazing. What a beautiful first message. So let's go ahead and get into another message that may have not resonated with some of you. So let's continue. We have relationship. So this is about the relationship that we have with ourselves. It's the type of relationship that we're going to have with others. Or this could technically be about a relationship. Now, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could be a relationship that you have with yourself, a lover, a friend, a coworker, that sort of thing, a family member. I think I said that. So yeah, all of those things. So let's go ahead and get some additional messages here. We have awakening. This right here is the Hanged Man's energy. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It is important to be yourself. Interesting. So it might be that right now a relationship of any kind is on hold. It's giving us an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. Maybe it's giving us an opportunity to kind of pull back and go, why is something either at a standstill? Why is something not working? What am I adding to the situation? What is the other person adding to the situation? Where can I take responsibility? Things like that. So it's giving us an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. So it might be the relationship right now is on hold. It's on a standstill. It's challenged at the moment, whatever it may be. Something is happening for a reason, because it's giving us an opportunity to see something, to learn something, to understand something. What else? We have the Two of Wands energy. And what's interesting is that the Two of Wands energy is a card of choices. So it's kind of like we have not taken that action just yet. We're about ready to spring our wings and fly. We're about ready to make a decision to do something when it comes to a connection or a relationship with another person. Haven't quite made that choice yet, okay? So this is telling you, before you spread your wings and fly, before you make that decision, there is something for you to see from a different perspective. There is something for you to consider first before moving forward. So let's go ahead and get some additional information or advice on this. We have wisdom, okay? So let's see what this card says. Wisdom. Let go of your need to control and trust in the wisdom of a divine plan. Very interesting, you guys. So this is something where it's telling you here, rather than making a choice, rather than trying to control the situation with maybe needing something to happen right now, or wanting to make some sort of choice in order to get something moving again or get something resolved, what Spirit is saying is to take a little bit of time, pull back, see something from a different perspective, and trust in the wisdom that you receive, because this is a part of the divine plan. So it may be that somebody is not acting the way that you want them to act, or it might be that you're confused by somebody's actions or inactions. This is a time for pause. This is a time for, just kind of coming into kind of awakening to your own wisdom, or the wisdom of the universe, or the wisdom of the bigger plan. As in, maybe things are not exactly the way that maybe things are just not exactly the way that you think they are. Maybe this is giving you an opportunity to see things from a higher perspective. Sometimes when we're in the midst of a problem, we can feel like victims. We can feel very heavy in anger or blame or all that kind of energy, sadness, even grief. But sometimes it gives us an opportunity to kind of switch our thinking around and take responsibility, or see why things may have occurred, or maybe see things from another person's perspective. When we take the time to see things from another person's perspective, we tend to start to take back our power and not feel like such victims. We don't feel so badly, because when you do take that time to see things from other people's perspectives, not making it okay, but when you kind of understand that maybe other people are not operating from the most healthiest mindset, or maybe their upbringing with relationships wasn't the best, you don't tend to feel such the need to blame the other person or to villainize the other person. It gives you an opportunity to see things from a higher perspective. So that could be very healing for some of you if you're dealing with somebody that you're having some sort of challenge with, or something is not happening the way that you would like it to at the moment. Giving you an opportunity to see something or see it in a different way. What do we need to surrender or surrender to in this situation? Yep, you need to surrender to what is. Really try not to control this. That's what I'm getting here. It says, flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation or a person, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. I mean, I don't know what more perfect card that could have been for this situation here. We've got to just accept something for what it is. Accept a person for how they are. Some people may be trying to change or control other people or control other situations, and maybe even manipulate. Maybe we don't even realize that we're manipulating, but at the end of the day, we are, because we want people to act in a certain way. We want something from someone. And when they're not giving it to us, sometimes we have the tendency to try to manipulate them. Maybe we think we're doing it for their highest good or for the better good of everybody. But at the end of the day, there's a divine plan. You're not in charge of that. So it's about pulling back and basically seeing that there is a bigger plan, or a more like a bigger design to what's happening, rather than just what you want in this situation with this particular person. So we've got to let people come to their own conclusions. We've got to just let people do what they need to do. We need to give them time or space in order to figure things out. And if they never do, then we just surrender to, well, that's just where that person is at in this life or in this moment. And I'm going to just basically continue to take care of myself and control what I can, which is me. I can't control how other people are going to grow. I can't control what other people are going to do or how they're going to see or how they're going to learn. So what I can do, though, is I can focus more on me. So there might be something that you're being tested with right now in order to kind of take better care of yourself rather than trying to take care of other people or trying to, control outcomes that we just can't control. So there's something about letting go in a relationship. And it doesn't mean something won't work, but the attitude of trying to push for something to happen right now, or trying to understand the mystery right now, or trying to blame someone else right now for your problems or your issues, that right there is going to keep you stuck. So I believe that's why it's coming through this reading today, is that this would be a healthier mindset. Realize that there is a bigger plan. Stop trying to control it and surrender to what is instead. Take this pause for action before you spread your wings and make a decision. Really, really just kind of take some time for peace of mind in this situation. Maybe for some of you, the best thing for you to do is to fly. Spread your wings and fly in another direction for now. Let this person come to their own conclusions. Sometimes we just need to leave certain people behind for a little bit of time. Sometimes it's forever, and other times it's just temporary. But we need to choose peace at the end of the day. Accepting things for how they truly are right now is going to bring you peace, not fighting it and not trying to control it. Wow, very deep. All right, you guys, let's continue. What else does Archangel Raphael have to say today? We have divine intervention. Oh my gosh, look at this. So again, it doesn't mean that we have zero free will in this lifetime, but there are just certain times that the divine intervenes and other times does not. What is going to be sometimes. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of a deeper meaning to this divine intervention. What do we need to know about divine intervention? Wow. Something that we can't see right now, something that we don't understand, a mystery, an illusion. We might feel like we're in the dark right now, but the thing is, there's something going on behind the scenes and you can't see, but there is divine intervention. So I'm going to read this to you guys, because I think it really, really makes sense. Now, Archangel Haniel can sometimes be an energy of love, like love connections, Archangel Shamuel and Haniel. So this is talking about important psychic insights, events behind the scenes. You need to release your fears that are holding you back. So do you see how there's events going on behind the scenes? Divine intervention. There's more going on than meets the eye. So again, this could all be connected where we are really trying to control a situation right now. We really think that we know what's best for us, and sometimes we just don't. The divine has another plan. There's something in store. Either that's a different plan than the one that we think, or it's better, or it's healed, but we just can't see it just yet. Things may not be as bad as we perceive them to be, but we haven't made it over that threshold just yet in order to see the light. So the moon is about being in darkness. The moon is about kind of playing tricks on yourself when it comes to things that you can't see. When we don't know certain things, we start to get a little, we start to get anxious. And so we start to basically make assumptions, assume the worst because of the darkness, because we can't see, because we're not being shown the way. But Spirit is telling us here, divine intervention is at play here. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And that doesn't mean that you're just supposed to put your hands up in the air and just basically say, okay, I don't need to do anything anymore. No, we co-create with the divine. But there may be something going on. Something is being worked on. Something is being healed right now that you can't see. So you do need to trust that. Sometimes we might feel like we've been abandoned completely by Spirit, as in Spirit is not doing anything on our behalf. We've prayed, we've asked, yet nothing is happening. And what I'm getting for this reading is something is happening. You just can't see it. For whatever reason, there's just some reason that you're in this darkness. You can't see it. It might even be your own fears and your own ego that's playing against you right now. But this is a part of your lesson for some reason. Let's get another message. I love it. Ace of Cups. Okay, this could be for some of you, this has to do with some sort of spiritual awakening, spiritual healing, an offer of love. We have love abounds. So this is also letting us know that love abounds in a situation. There is love here, even though it might not be that you can see that right now or even feel that right now. There is a love that abounds in this situation. You have not been abandoned. Even if someone in the physical world has abandoned you, Spirit has not abandoned you. And that is what's coming through this card here today. Spirit is saying that love abounds in any situation in your life. Love is all around you, but you just can't see it right now. So the divine is helping you to see this, that love still abounds in your life, whether or not you feel that way or not. So let's go ahead and get some advice. Self-respect. Interesting. You know, the Ace of Cups to me, which is what this card is here, this does have to do with our own cup of love, okay? And then the next card would be the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, we bring our cup together with another person, that partnership, and we combine those two cups and we have a connection. So the Ace of Cups essentially is our own cup before we bring that into a partnership. So self-respect. So I feel like that's very connected, as in how we feel about our own selves is the kind of relationship or the kind of energy that we're going to bring to a situation. So if it's flawed, if we've got all kinds of damage and all kinds of issues and all kinds of darkness and all kinds of ego and fear and anxiety, we are going to bring that into a situation. That's what it's going to basically be built upon. So it might be for some of you guys are really wanting a new relationship, because the Ace of Cups is like a love offer. I really want a relationship. I want a new love in my life. It may be that the divine is intervening right now. That is not happening for a reason, because there may need to be more time for self-healing and self-respect and loving yourself and healing yourself. Sometimes we want to jump the gun because we feel lonely, but Spirit may be saying, hey, you're not done with your dark night of the soul. You're not done with this darkness that you need to heal through. You might be wanting to jump the gun in order to have some sort of relief. Love abounds, though the situation, you're not alone. You're not really in darkness. It's just an illusion, but you do have something to work through. You're not abandoned. You're not alone. There's love all around you, but it might be that some of us are looking for love in all the wrong places, or love in another person, when really it needs to come from ourselves. So self-respect. Respect yourself. You're the best judge of what's right. Look at that. So that's the thing. For some of you, it may be that you are habitually or continuing to go into relationship after relationship that is unhealthy for you. And it might be because you're operating from some sort of a fear-based or dark energy. And I don't mean dark as in bad, but just maybe some sort of fear-based energy stemming from whatever, your past or whatever has happened to you. And so when we're operating from that kind of energy, we're not the best judge of character. We're not seeing things clearly. We haven't done all the work that we needed to do. And it's not about being perfect in a lifetime. We're all going to have shadows and issues and darkness to work through a lifetime. We're not expected to be completely evolved. If we were, we probably wouldn't be here. But anyway, so this is just saying here that the more that you love yourself and the more that you respect yourself, the better judge of character you're going to be when entering into partnerships. And it doesn't have to be romantic, you guys. This could have to do with just your friendships. I mean, the thing is, if some of you are in situations where your love situation, your romantic life is falling apart, your friendships are falling apart, your career is falling apart, basically any kind of connection that you have with another person is falling apart, it may be stemming from your own energy. It can't be everyone else. At some point, and it's not about blaming ourselves, but at some point we've got to be accountable for our own energy and how we're interacting and what we're bringing to the table. Okay? If we're bringing that cup to a situation that seems to be filled with fear and anxiety, then that's the kind of energy that we're either going to attract, or that's the kind of energy where other people are just going to be repelled and want to run away from us. So there's something to learn about respecting ourselves and loving ourselves more. That way we're operating from a cup of love rather than a cup of darkness or a cup of lack and fear and anxiety. So something is being worked on behind the scenes that you cannot see. If something is not happening right now with a new person or in existing relationships, things are being cleaned up right now for a reason, or certain things are not happening because they are not good for you. It's almost like the divine is helping you to respect yourself by kind of intervening and not allowing something to happen. So you're being protected in a way because it may not be the right cup for you. It may not be good for you. So that's such a significant message. So let's go ahead and see what we need to surrender or surrender to. Wow, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I love Spirit when they do this. Surrender unhealthy relationships. This is exactly what we've been talking about. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. I have chills. That's what I'm saying. The more that we love ourselves and respect ourselves, the less that we're going to attract these unhealthy relationships into our life. So I really feel like this is speaking to two different types of people. People that want a relationship with a particular person that is toxic and unhealthy for them to happen. It's almost like the divine is intervening to save you from this experience because it is no good for you, okay? And also getting you to see that there's a reason that you are wanting this relationship, because there's some kind of energy that you're residing in right now that's stemming from a dark place that is wanting this connection because it's unhealthy. It seems like it's something that you want, but it's because it's how you feel about yourself, okay? If you don't feel good enough about yourself, you're going to want to partake in an unhealthy, toxic relationship because it mirrors to you the way that you really feel about yourself. If you've done the work and you're trying to clear your energy and you're trying to become healthier, you may want to jump the gun right now and get into a relationship. So if something is not happening, try not to force it. Something is happening on your behalf. At the right time, a new connection or new relationship will come into your life, okay? You might be experiencing unhealthy relationships right now to basically pull you out of that darkness so you can start to get into respecting yourself, setting healthy boundaries and things like that. So there's all kinds of reasons that something is happening right now when it comes to toxic or unhealthy people that no longer serve you. Either people are falling out of your life or you're dealing with them right now and you're learning to respect yourself through these connections. But it is, at the end of the day, it's about your own cup and choosing yourself. And if it doesn't feel good to you and it's not serving you, it's because it's not good for you. That's what, it doesn't serve you in a positive way. So some of you might just be going through a dark time right now when it comes to a relationship or the people around you. This will pass. The next card is the Sun. You will come out of this dark phase. You will come out of this darkness. And you have divine intervention as in divine protection on your side. How amazing. Wow. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and get one last message, because I wanted to make this about a 30-minute reading. And what's come up so far in this reading is really about loving yourself more, and also unhealthy relationships, or just the relationships that you have with people, being a mirror as to how you feel about yourself. So there's something about loving yourself more in order to have a healthier relationship, whether it means to change an existing relationship to help it to become a healthier one, or getting rid of relationships that no longer serve you, period. Last message. We have second opinion. All right. So let's go ahead and put this aside. Interesting. What is the second opinion about? Oh, wow. This Nine of Air is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is talking about expecting the worst, anxiety, sleepless nights, self-fulfilling prophecies. This is mental energy, okay? I'm going to continue to pull cards because I don't want to say too much. I want to grab just a couple more. Interesting, you guys. This is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups has to do with our past. It has to do with our childhood. It also has to do with past loves. Nine of Air is like, we might be losing sleep. We might be just at a point in our lives where we can't function because of our past. It's time to get a second opinion. For some of you, you may have, let's just say, and I'm just putting it out there, maybe you've tried something. It's time to try something new. Whatever you're doing isn't working. So it's time to take something to the next level, is what I'm getting for some of you. Some of you may just be having nightmares, anxiety at this point, and it's due to something from the past. Okay, and it's definitely something that is negatively tied to the past. We got to clear this energy. So a second opinion just means that there's something else, and like your own opinion on the matter might not be enough, or it might not be correct. It's time to seek out counsel. It's time to seek out perhaps a counselor or a physician. And I'm only saying that because there's all kinds of things that can embody mental health things. And it doesn't mean that people that are, what's the word I'm looking for? Resonating. I don't know why I couldn't say that word. Resonating with this particular message, that you need mental health or physical, health opinions. But the way that you're thinking about something, you're in your own head about something, and you need someone outside of yourself to basically help you to see something. That's what I'm seeing here. Because I'm going to read this card to you. Self-fulfilling prophecies, expecting the worst. So you're in your own head, you're in your own energy. You've got to get out of that space. And sometimes the only way to do that is to seek out the opinion of someone else or someone outside of yourself that can help you to see something that you cannot, that you're struggling with when it comes to your childhood, or maybe even a past connection or a past love. There's some sort of memories here, though, with the Six of Cups. This is about healing it. This is about simply just, giving love and forgiveness to something from the past to maybe help you to move forward or to let it go. But it doesn't necessarily have to mean you have to let it go. I just see that we need to heal whatever this is, whatever that's causing us this anxiety now. So if you're telling yourself something about a connection or your past, it may be that you're telling yourself something worse than it really is. And that's not to take away of how difficult something may have been, but how you're handling the situation, it's not enough. You need help, or you need additional support, or you need a second opinion. That's what I'm getting here. Wow, so significant. So let's go ahead and get some advice. If that wasn't advice enough, we have passion. So let's see what this has to say. Wow, this has to do with childhood. Resurrect a childhood dream. Let your passion take flight. I have no idea why this says childhood, but that's very significant to me. So for some of you, that's going to resonate, and for others, it's not. I'm just taking this as it is the past period. There's something about the past, and we're having a hard time coping with it in the present time. We need to resurrect this dough. Resurrect. Bring up the past again and deal with it properly. So some of you may have been kind of rolling around some sort of a memory in your mind, dreaming about it, okay? Feeling very passionate about it. Maybe you want to resurrect a past connection, perhaps, or this is about your childhood. We need to bring it back up to the surface, though, so we can properly deal with it once and for all. That's what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we need to surrender or surrender to. We need to surrender the drama. And that, again, this is not to say, you guys, that you're doing anything wrong. That's not to shame you in your pain. That's not to shame you with the way that you're handling the situation. But we are actually we're very much in our headspace. This is why this card is saying you need to surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, you need to remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered. It says staying centered will help you resolve the issue more quickly. So there is a need for some of you that are resonating with this particular message to consult a professional or consult a friend. Consult someone that's going to basically shake you out of the drama and the headspace that you're currently in, because you're like going overboard with something, or you're way it doesn't mean you're far gone, but you're at a point where you're really losing touch with reality in the situation, or you're losing touch with what is really happening, or why people did what they did. It might be that you're telling yourself the most dramatic, most horrible things about a situation, and it really just isn't the case. So you need this second opinion, this other person, to basically help to pull you out of dealing with your past, or dealing with a past connection, perhaps in a significant, or in a way that's going to help you to stop creating more drama or more fear or more anxiety about the situation, and kind of get you back into living in your passion. Because what I'm getting here is I'm getting anxiety and drama versus passion. Is something depleting you now of your life force and your energy? Because if it is, it's talking about we need to surrender whatever this is in order order to get back on track with living in our own lives, get back on track of being in our own happiness, our own dreams, our own passion? Is something holding us back from our past? Are we hanging on to something that seems to just kind of be keeping us stuck? Do we need to release this so we can kind of keep moving forward with our lives? There's some other helpful person, or it doesn't necessarily even need to be a person. It could be, let's just say, a program or a book or a quote or something that you run across that's just like, wow, it changes your mindset. It gives you the option to think about things in a different way, where you're just like, wow, I never really thought about it that way before. So open your mind or expand yourselves to thinking about something differently than the way that you've been thinking about it. Because what I'm getting is the way that you've been processing it in your head is not helping you. And there might be other people or other answers for you besides what you're telling yourself right now, or what's currently going on in your mind space about some sort of past situation, past person, whatever that is. There's something that's taking away from your life force. You're not living in this passionate energy that you should be living in. You're in this dramatic or anxiety-ridden, tormented headspace. And it might be that you need to start thinking about things in a different way, or detach in some way from something that's not making you feel good, and healing that. And it might be that we need the help of another person or professional in order to kind of pull us out of a particular headspace that we're in that doesn't seem to be the best. So, wow, what a really deep reading. I hope that you guys got something significant from that. If it didn't resonate with you, no big deal. Like I said, not all of these readings that you guys see of mine are going to resonate with, with your situations. But if it did help you in some way, that's fantastic. This was just amazing. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.